Hello again, all you amazing subscribers. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hemingway Land YouTube. Before we begin this week, guys, this is another one of these little pro tips if any of you ever decide to start your own land business. I was on the YouTube this past week, killing time, as I often do, and I came upon a video. Oh, a video. It was one of these videos like what I do, which is it's some dude on the internet selling a property. And his property was in Colorado. And the property video had 400 views. It had 400 views. And then when I clicked on the video, I found that it had about twice as many comments. So here's the pro tip. If you ever start your own business and you make videos like this, and you decide to clearly pay somebody in a foreign country to manufacture comments on your YouTube channel to whatever, goose the YouTube algorithm, here's the trick. Here's how you make them look authentic. You've got to add about 40% negative comments. First off, get rid of the foreign names because it's, people in Pakistan probably aren't looking for land in Colorado. That's the first thing. So that's the first little, I think I see through. I think it's a little transparent. But the other thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that there's a lot of negative comments akin to, I'm not going to buy this property. It's overpriced. That's a ripoff. I'm not going to pay that much. You got to add that. And the property could be $1, and that will still be 40% of the commentary on that video. So, in case you guys ever do your own thing, just a little FYI. Also, the internet is never as intensely positive as the comment section was in this video. It was, never before in the history of the internet have I watched a better video. It's a bit much. It was a bit much. We here at Hemingway Land, of course, we don't pay anybody to leave comments on our videos, which is why so few of them actually get comments. Fortunately, however, guys, last week, some of you, not all, one of our favorites, Cringe Panda, participated in the Name Your Favorite Bakery for National Pie Day. So thank you to her. She recommended the Pioneer out in Pie Town. So it's on my list, guys. The next time I'm in Western New Mexico, I'm going to the Pioneer. Some of you are wondering, Hemingway, when will be the next time you're in Western New Mexico? Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's not coming up anytime soon. But when it does, oh, it's on the list. Anyway, guys, with all that said, getting to the internet's new favorite segment, special thanks to all the no doubt sexy people who bought land from us in the last, roughly, 7 days or so, give or take. Working title, guys. Working title. We're still trying to refine that. Whatever the case, last week, all the properties that we sold were in the state of Nuevo Mexico, starting off in the northern part of the state with those 3 new properties we listed in, yes, you guessed it, Taos County. All of these people are return customers, and they're Sharpies. They're Sharpies, guys. They watch the website all week. They watch the YouTube video. They're up at midnight, and about 20 seconds later, we sell out. So special thanks to Jejun, Daniel, and John, all of whom bought those 3 new properties in Taos County. Additionally, guys, in the southern portion of the state, down there in Luna County, Larry, Mark, and Sherry all bought land from us out there. Special thanks to them. In Socorro County, guys, we listed 2 properties last week. We sold 2 properties last week. Returning customers Martin and Julie, powerhouse couple, Martin and Julie, picked up another property from us. A special thanks to them. And Ayudeji, who bought land from us not only in Socorro County, but also in neighboring Valencia County, where we also sold land to Brittany, Joseph, Chris, Richard, and Adriano, who picked up that big 5-acre, $39,000 I'm forgetting the name of the subdivision, Manzano something. Anyway, he put down a deposit on that, so we will be closing with him through title and escrow. With all that said, guys, new properties going live on the website this week. We are back in Elko County, up here in the northeastern portion of the state. Yes, guys, once more, we returned to Elko County. We bought a whole bunch of properties out there last August, and we are finally just sort of finishing up the listings in this region. As we diversify in geographic regions here on the website, we are also diversifying in acreage and essentially in price point, I guess, as well. So the properties that we're offering this week are big ones. They're big, sprawling properties that could be used as potential ranch land, home sites, which is a lot of additional acreage out here in the beautiful parts of northeastern Nevada. So, guys, we got 3 properties. The first one is this one, 10 acres for $10,000. We got 40 acres for $22,000. And the biggest property that we have had on the website ever, 80 acres for $44,000. It should be noted, guys, that all these properties are in the Gamble District. Let me bring that up on a map. Hang on, guys. All right, so up here in the northeastern portion of the state, this, of course, is Elko County. The Gamble District is located over here in the easternmost part, close to the Utah border. It occupies pretty much all this space that you see right here. Now, it should be noted, guys, the Gamble District is not a formal subdivision as we normally list in. So one of the immediate benefits here with these properties is that you've got no HOA, no covenants, no restrictions, no annual dues, no time limits on building. So here's what I've read. This area was created, if you will, by a rancher whose last name was Gamble, who apparently owned about half of Nevada. He chopped all these things up into 10 and 20 and 40 and 80 and 160 acre parcels. And that is what you will find mostly, predominantly, in this large region of northeastern Nevada out here, land in the Gamble district. And just before I zoom in on the map and talk about these things, one major thing to note is that with all these properties, as you're going to see, they're all big, sprawling, very private pieces of land. Of course, when these things were created, I'm speculating, horses were the more common form of transportation rather than cars. Ergo, guys, throwing a little bit of Latin at you, ergo, roads do not exist as much in this region. They're not bladed, they're not maintained, they're not really named. There's legal access for all these properties, but of course it's not the kind of thing that you hop in your Prius and drive down a paved road to get to, except one of these properties. One of them actually does have really good road access. So let's start off with this, guys. 10 acres for $10,000 that we've got up here, situated just west of Montello Road, aka State Road 233, right here, just outside the town of Montello. So this property, I'm going to go to photos in a second. This property, guys, is one of these where you would think that this is the legal access over here. My understanding is that a lot of people who own land in these various regions will just come and cut holes in the fences and just access them that way. Whatever case, the actual access for the property is down here, and then you go up. We discuss it in the property-specific video. So this is what it looks like out here. Of course, all these parcels, largely interchangeable in many ways. You've got some really wide open, sprawling space out here. Excellent place to build a ranch, to build a home site. Beautiful mountains off in the background, blue skies as far as the eye can see, so on and so forth. This specific property does not have power or underground utilities really anywhere close. This is what we will call a solar-friendly property. Now let me go to the second one, guys. Second one on the map is located just east here of Pilot Road. Pilot is one of the few sort of well-maintained major roads within this region, and you've got some developed home sites actually very close to this one. These home sites are 10 acres. The subject property is going to be a big 40-acre lot right here, and of course we've got photos. This one, as you can see, has actually got power lines very close to, power lines servicing those developed home sites I just pointed out, as well as underground utilities. So this one has a real advantage over the other two properties in that utilities are in this area, and there's actually a number of developed home sites just south of this that are utilizing those utilities. Should be noted that high-speed internet is available in this region, and that cell tower that we just showed you services most all this region, and our photographer reported surprisingly good cell reception while he was out there. Pausing on this photo just to give you guys a sense of what some of the home sites were like in the region. Of course, with this one, you can actually see the power lines that are on the property and just the beautiful sort of backdrop of those mountains right there. Anyway, this is one of the developed home sites closest to the property, and here's another. Of course, on these, you could see the power lines. You get a little hint of the underground utilities that are out there. Anyway, the subject property looks like this. There we go. Nice and flat, easy to build on, easy to park on. Beautiful mountain views off here in the distance. And it should be noted, guys, that all of these properties have some neighbors. Pronghorn antelope, very common within this region. They were roaming about on all the properties that our photographer was at, so these will be your new neighbors. Anyway, the photos in this particular gallery are very pretty. I encourage you guys to take a look at these. You can see exactly what this region is like through the drone video. And also, we got some nice sunset shots here. Anyway, guys, the final property we're going to talk about is this one. It is a big 80-acre property. This, again, is State Road 233. This property sits north of it, roughly about 4 or 5 miles, something like that. Should be noted that this one is not the easiest thing in the world to access. We give a little bit of driving directions in the property specific. That's going on the website this week. That being said, this is one where you really need an off-road capable vehicle to go out to, and I would encourage you, if you're going out there, take a spare tire. Anyway, guys, this is what the roads look like heading out to the property. As you can see, a lot of vegetation out here, very kind of overgrown, will probably require some landscaping if you do elect to purchase the property. But of course, 80 acres is a massive chunk of land, so you're going to have a lot of privacy, a lot of room to yourself out there. And as you can see, there are pretty much zero neighbors in this region. Now, as I go through the rest of the gallery, guys, I will tell you that for however few subdivision-specific restrictions, these properties, they all fall under this Elko County zoning ordinance of R1, which means that they are all designated for single-family residences. Now, as we have looked at land and homes in the Elko County region, we see a lot of what we will charitably refer to as non-conforming structures in the area, which suggests to me that as long as you've got a septic permit and you're disposing of waste, this is just speculation, but as long as you're disposing of waste in a reasonable manner, they probably really don't care what you're doing with the land. Use it for residential purposes, use it recreationally, you could probably get away with it all. Of course, any kind of conventional structure like a a single-family home, 1-story, 2-story, shipping container built to, state regulations, that's probably all very acceptable. I don't see a lot in the zoning ordinance about minimum square footage requirements, but if you do want to buy a property like this to use for a tiny home, you can probably do it. But I, of course, would recommend before you spend $44,000, reach out to the county, talk to them, make sure something like that is acceptable, make sure you don't need any additional permits, so on and so forth. And of course, I would also speculate that hunting can be done on these properties, whether it's officially allowed by the county or not. You've got 80 acres to yourself, and Elko's about an hour and a half away, so who's going to come out and fine you for that? Whatever the case, the neighbors are out here as well. The pronghorn antelope, they call this whole area home. And of course, in the drone photos, you get another great sense of exactly what this property is like. This is a quick look at all three of these properties, guys. We go into much greater detail in the property specifics that'll be up on the website this week. I'd encourage you, if you are interested in these, take a look at that, and it'll go into, again, a lot more detail. With all that said, guys, going live on the website next week. Yes, guys, we are back in Nevada one more time, for a little while anyway, one more time with the final of the Elko County acquisitions from last fall, debuting next week, so look forward to that. With all that said, guys, check out these new properties. Very glad to have large acreage up on the website for the first time, and hope you like them as much as I do. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you in next week's video.